Did y'all see this story? So ESPN, in a true Bishop Sycamore fashion, gets a little bit of information and turns it into a lot of information. Now, they do this all the time. That's their entire network at this point. There's story breaks that Ja Morant had said that he could beat MJ one-on-one.
Ja said he would cook Michael Jordan. Okay, that is what he said. Now, some people have agreed with this, saying, Ja could cook Jordan. Other people are saying, Jit, let's be real. Jordan, all MVP defensive player. You're not cooking anyone. That's what Ja said. Then ESPN runs this segment where it's saying incorrect stuff that Ja said, saying Jordan's just one of these other dudes. Okay, he would just be another guy in today's NBA. That's what was said on air, and
Let's
that's not
make
what
up some
that's not
fake
what this man
quotes.
said.
Like Ja Morant said that Jordan played against plumbers and handymen, and that's why Ja Morant, he actually plays. He said this, okay, according to Clickbait Sports. Ja Morant also said that Michael Jordan was not very good, and that Tony Kukoc is the reason why he got those extra rings.
Tony
and
Kukoc.
He said it was not on Jordan or Pippen. It was really because of Horace Grant that Michael Jordan has 6 rings.
So
And
where,
Steve
oh
Kerr
where
bailed
did
him out.
ESPN get this elaborated quote?
Where did all
The
this fake
source of
information
the
come
Holy
from?
Grail?
There is an account called Ballsack Sports on Twitter.
Ballsack Sports.
Why didn't we call ourselves that? Like, instead of Clickbait Sports,
I know, we really
could
missed
call
out
ourselves
on an
Ballsack
opportunity to
Sports.
call
We
ourselves
could've-
Ballsack
I think we should
Sports.
have called
Opportunity.
ourselves garbage.
But it's an account that routinely makes fake quotes and fake illustrations and pictures, and it's gotten a lot of people. It almost got me on several occasions, but I just looked at the source that it's coming from Ballsack Sports.
Ballsack. No, Butt Crack is their
Sports.
sister
Not to
station.
be confused with Butt Crack Sports.
Yes.
But
That's a new
we're
show
seeing
that we're
these
starting
days
next
more and more accounts like these pop up with these fake quotes. And honestly, I don't hate it. I'm not mad at Ballsack Sports for doing this, because guess what? If they weren't doing it, it would be Butt Crack Sports doing it.
It would be
someone
Barry.
else doing it.
Right.
Someone's
It would
going to do
be-
this. So it's on us to make sure
It's on all
we
of
are
us.
not,
It is. It is.
we're not pushing
It's up
and
to us to
manufacturing these
either
lies.
create fake news or to laugh when someone else gets got, because it's
But what do you
happened a
guys
lot.
think? What do you guys think about Ballsack Sports and how they operate?
I
think
think
they're the heroes America needs. God bless you.
I
And
think
God
that I appreciate their boldness and their bravado, and
Their ballsackiness.
yes, their sports has an edge to it. Maybe a little mustiness. Sometimes it can get a little hairy with the stories that they put out there.
Because I did see someone post, they were dead serious and they were upset that these people were allowed to do this. They said, you guys must not have any time on your hands. You guys are lame. You guys should be doing
How about you do your
XYZ.
job and actually read past that headline and do your, literally, you are paid a salary to go and get stories.
See, Tom, your mistake is thinking people with salaries are actually doing this. No,
Oh,
it's
no,
the
they're
harried
not.
intern doing that.
Like,
That's
so
who's collecting this stuff.
this
and then they
brings
go
up-
there, it's like,
So
oh my God, here's
long
a
now.
story. Nobody does any back checking. They relate it to their producer. It's like, oh my God, we got to go through with this. And then they just run through with it because it creates
Is
views,
this
clicks,
a
and attention. That's
larger
all it's about.
issue, though, in
Yes, I was about
society
to ask.
of people just reading the headlines, not even clicking on the article, seeing what everything actually says? Is this just a larger issue with us as humans right now, wanting to get the story first?
Yeah, I was gonna go with something in that same line, Scooter. It seems that the integrity of sports journalism, there's just none. It just doesn't matter. And people want to mix politics into sports, but then they also don't want to check facts. You can't have it both ways. You can't take it non-seriously and then say, oh, it's really serious. We as sports people that cover sports, Like, we have to have some journalistic integrity. Now, look, I just made up about 10 facts and I stated them as the truth earlier, but I don't care. That's me. You know, I'm a hypocrite. Someone like Adam Schefter, this is the question I want to ask. Is Adam Schefter the cause of journalism being of sports journalism?
This has been going
or
on
is
for a
he
long
the
time.
result of sports journalism? Because these stories of Adam Schefter, you know, gifting sources, okay,
And he called it a tax write-off.
yes, and then writing it off, like this is not acceptable in, say, politics, right? Like, would you
they do that
send,
stuff under the table?
Right? Would you send a senator's office a fruit basket for giving you the scoop on the House Ways and Means bill that's coming up? No.
They give a lot more than fruit baskets.
Yeah, the Angel Stadium, they gave $1 million donation, and he got a sweetheart deal for the stadium. It ended up getting backed out because it turned out it was political corruption, but still, that stuff happens all the time.
I mean, no, this is not a problem that is just for sports media. I also think that it's very funny that ESPN can stand on any type of horse that is elevated and talk down and say, how could people do this when it was your job to make sure that it wasn't a fake headline, when media as a whole has made it a business to do exactly that, to put those clickbaity like little headlines, whatever, because those get shared really quick. So I think it's really funny that they, and I mean collectively, have created the problem and are now like, oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions. Like, I have no sympathy for that whatsoever.
It's the thing too. People tend to forget the main headline that's wrong usually gets the correct answer. And then usually what happens a couple weeks later, they'll come with a retraction down below. Nobody knows about it, and it turns out to be real.
I'm waiting for a retraction from someone who is on this show who continually predicts the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl and never issues a retraction.
First of all, I didn't put a year. Let's just start there. Second of all,
Technicality.
I'm waiting for Stephen A. Smith a retraction for Terrence Williams not being on the Cowboys for the last 11 years. What the heck? Listen, we all make mistakes in life. That's understandable. But read the article before you tweet.
Speaking of higher standards, if we get $5,000 worth of super chats, we'll rename the show Butt Crack Sports. We will just call it Butt Crack Sports.
I agree to terms.
I mean, people have to have principles. I have none. So we'll just call it Butt Crack Sports.
That logo is going to be something.
It is.
But no, you were asking before about like how I feel about Ballsack Sports as a whole. The fact that that's not even a sentence as a whole. Well, that'd be if they were butt crack. Again, they're people who are just like making satire. So I think like that's totally fine. And if you get duped by it, then that's
it's like the Onion. It's the same level as the Onion. Someone I think some congresswoman thought that an Onion article was real and then retweeted it.
Happens all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
It seems so simple that you can just write a well-constructed headline and get some idiot to retweet.
Barry McCockiner does that all the time.
Yes. And he'll do the Photoshop and then he'll just take their template and the next thing you know, they're reporting that James Harden gave Russell Westbrook pink eye or something by farting in his.
Chris Paul was making fun of James' man boobs in practice to the point that he broke down in tears and had to leave a couple of practices.
It happened to us. Remember when somebody reported that we said that the Jags were interested in trading the first overall pick?
Yes.
Just because we talked about it on 5-Star Points vids?
Yes.
That's what it is, exactly.
I'm a big fan of whatever that is.
Yes.
And the
very
P tree.
Fan.
All right.
Piston tree.